Hi, everyone. We are joined by Keyshawn Davis, 2020 silver Olympic medalist for the USA, up and coming lightweight prospect looking to become a world title contender and champion very soon. Keyshawn, I know you have another big fight in your development coming this summer, July 6th, and just wanted to talk about it. What do you know about your opponent? What are you looking to prove in this fight?
Um, this opponent, he's my age this time, so he's not an old veteran. My opponent this time, he has over 30 fights. Um, he's never been stopped before with over 30 fights. Of course, a winning record. Um, I think this opponent is going to be very tough. He's going to come to fight, of course, but he's going to bring the fight to me. Um, and like I said, he's my age, so he's going to be, he's going to be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly think it's gonna be another fantastic performance by me, but I think it's just gonna be like a fan favorite, a crowd pleasing fight as well.
Mhm. And from what I understand, the opponent is going to be Miguel Madueno, correct?
Hmm
31 and 2, 28 KOs. He obviously packs a lot of power. Uh, he's recently coming off a competitive decision loss against Steve Claggett. Uh,
Correct.
and you're coming off obviously a dominant knockout performance against former title holder Jose Pedraza. Were you surprised how easy that fight was for you and how it unfolded? Because you were very dominant.
And no, I wasn't surprised. I know what I'm capable of, and every time before I fight, I know what I'm getting myself into. So it don't really be a lot of surprises. So I wasn't really surprised that I dominated, but I was just happy and just thankful that I did it that way.
Mm-hmm. What did you learn from yourself in that Pedraza fight? Obviously, it was a great showcase opportunity for you, but ultimately, what did you take away from that fight?
Um, Well, first and foremost, I took away that God is real. God took away my addiction for that fight, and it made me perform like that. Honestly, when I stopped smoking, it made me perform like that. So it made me really believe in God and know that God is real for sure, and more so about just myself. Um, I just feel like can't nobody beat me. Honestly, I feel like I'm one of the best at 135. And, I feel like that opponent, it just made me show the world that I am one of the best at 135. I feel like I'm ready to fight anybody at 135. Anybody. And it's just at this point, at this time, it's just a matter of time of getting somebody in the ring with me.
Mm-hmm. I think when you say anybody, though, that comes with an asterisk, right? Because Shakur Stevenson is probably off that list.
Yeah, he's off that list.
Um, what is it like with having guys like Shakur, Terrence Crawford around you, two of the greatest fighters of this generation? I mean, a lot of the potential you have is to join them in that category one day. But what is it like to have them in your corner, to be surrounded by them in camp, and along those lines?
First, it's a blessing for sure. It's a blessing. When you got good friends around you, I feel like that's always a blessing. When you got people around you that really just want to see you win. It's hard to find people like that, especially in this sport right here. And when you talking my brothers, Kelvin Davis, Keon Davis, Troy Isley, Shakur Stevenson, and Terrence Crawford, we all just want to see each other win. And that's literally all it is. We've been knowing each other for over 10 years, so it's just deeper than boxing. When we all retire, we still gonna be hanging out, talking to each other, and this, that, and third. So again, I would never fight Shakur. Like our mothers know each other and they're cool with each other. Like we just too close. But just having people like that around is just a blessing, man. And I try not to take things for granted. I try to ask them questions and just keep trying to learn off them and vice versa. So I definitely don't try to take things for granted, and I just realized that it's a blessing to have people like that around.
Mhm. With an ideal, let's talk about an ideal three-fight plan for you. You have this fight against Miguel Madueno. Again, you look great. maybe headlining at home in Norfolk, Virginia, that might be applying for you, and then perhaps challenging for a title at that point. Is that kind of the direction you want at this moment of your career?
Headlining for sure, for sure. I think I'm there. Um, I think I'm there in terms of headlining. So definitely headlining, man. Headline your own card. That's everybody, every fighter's dream. And then you get to the world title, then the homecomings and stuff like that. So headlining for sure. I would love to headline before the end of this year.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the headlining. You were the co-featured event for Teofimo Lopez. I know you're at 135 now, but if that was a fight that was presented to you, he's in the top ranked stable as well too. Are you willing to make that leap to 140 and fight a caliber of a fighter like Teofimo at this stage of your career?
Sure. Honestly, I think I'm a 140 pounder. I think I'm also a 135 pounder. I think I could just fight in both weight classes just because I'm just gifted with this body that I'm capable of doing that. You understand? So, I will be willing to go to 140 to fight T.O. It's not like he started out his career at 140, you know. He moved up to that weight class. So, possibly he's still trying to settle into that weight class. You know, it takes years for you to really adapt to that new weight class. So I just feel like, 140 is not a big jump for me. Again, I will be willing to fight him. I feel like his next opponent, is not a big name opponent. And I don't have the biggest name in boxing, but my name is definitely bigger than Claggett's. And I just feel like, me and T.O. would be a pay-per-view selling fight. I feel like me and T.O. would be a selling fight that people will want to come and watch.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever T.O., puts in his contract that he wants me to abide by, I'm gonna have to do it. It's my first world title, and I'm moving up to his weight class. And he a two division world champion. So whatever he put in the contract, I'm abide it, and then we'll fight. But it's really just on T.O. if he want to make the fight happen or not.
Mm-hmm. He's been up and down over the last few years. Do you think he's a beatable fighter at this stage of his career?
Everybody is beatable. Everybody is beatable. And one of the reasons why we all got surprised Saturday night because we just thought for that night Devin Haney was unbeatable versus Ryan Garcia, but he shocked the world. You know what I'm saying? And everybody is beatable, man. And people losing, our generation losing. It just shows that this generation has a lot of talent that we don't really know who's the best yet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is losing. And the playing field is starting to get even. And in terms of me, I'm just trying to, I'm ready to put myself in the mix. I'm ready to put myself up there with them guys because I know I'm just as good as them guys, if not better. So I'm just trying to find my way to where I can get that world title fight, or just me winning a fight that's significant enough that it's undoubtedly that I'm on that level.
You mentioned the fight over the weekend, Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney, one of the more shocking developments in boxing over the last few years. Definitely Ryan, very talented, a credible contender, but everyone thought Devin Haney was levels above him, and we just saw something completely different unfold. Just we're still less than a couple days removed. We just want to get your reaction to what you witnessed.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I was me, my girl, and her son. We was all in here watching the fight, man. And like I say, up until the first time he got dropped, it was like round 6 or 7. Well, really, after the first round, we was like on eggshells. We like, oh, because I was just thinking Devin was just gonna box the whole fight, but after the first round, after he hurt him, after Ryan hurt him, I'm in my head like, yo, this gonna be a different fight. It's not. It's about to be a different fight. So lo and behold, it did. So like round 6, man, we in here yelling, we in here going crazy, like we can't believe what we seeing for real. And shoot, it just showed, man, power is definitely is a difference maker. Because it's not like Ryan had better skills or he was just a better fighter. His power was just a difference maker, man. And shoot, that fight was definitely the fight of the year. That
Mm-hmm.
fight was definitely fight of the year, man. Definitely worth the money of whoever paid for that fight. That was a good one.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like Devin didn't make any of the necessary adjustments in the fight to really flip the script. He looked good in the rounds 2 through 5, but he was kind of going in cruise control. And then Ryan just leveled up one more time. Well, what do you think Devin needed to do in this fight in order to change the fate?
I think from that first round, the fight was different. From that first round when Devin got hurt, um, I don't think he was all the way really recovered. Maybe not physically or maybe not mentally. One of them two. Maybe mentally, because now he got hurt that very first round with a very first clean shot. Now, as a fighter, you thinking, first of all, you don't know how he hit you. You don't know where it really came from and how fast. You just know you got hit. So now in his head throughout the rest of the fight, he's probably being cautious and he's okay with winning those rounds on cruise control because he's not trying to get hit with that shot he didn't see again, you know? So I just feel like the power was a difference maker. He was worried about not getting hit with a clean shot so much that he was just trying to cruise control it, or he just couldn't pick it back up because he got hurt. You know, so I just feel like Ryan was just a better man that night overall.
Mm-hmm. With he also came in with an unfair advantage. It has to be noted. I think the fight comes with an asterisk because he was 3.2 pounds over. It seemed like he did it intentionally too, just to have that advantage. He admitted so too. As a fighter yourself, not fighting on a level field, and then ending up losing in the way that Devin did. What do you make of that? That an opponent would go to those lengths to have that kind of an advantage over you.
I just feel like that just should have to give the fans a different outlook on boxing. That people can actually come in overweight and still fight, and the person that still fight, they can win and still do that to that next opponent. That's just what us fighters have to go through. Now, it wouldn't have been wrong if Devin would have said, "No, I'm not fighting you. You 3 pounds over. That's too much. I'm not fighting you." We couldn't have been mad at him for saying that. But again, you gotta respect Devin for still taking the fight, kept getting up and fighting. You definitely gotta take your head off and respect Devin for that, for sure. But that's just the fans, the interview people, and everybody on outside the ring. That's what y'all need to realize that what we go through, whether the fighter makes the weight or not, we still gotta fight. So we can get paid, and we also can just put on a great performance so y'all can keep watching us.
Mm-hmm. Guys like your teammate Shakur, Tank Davis, they're licking their chops right now. I'm sure, considering the way Devin looked vulnerable. Do you think everyone thought Devin was unbeatable? But and you, like you said, everyone is beatable. Do you think? How do you think those fights would look? Devin against the Shakur, Devin against the Tank.
I think Devin will still give these guys problems, right? Like I think Devin will still give T.O. problems. I think Devin will still give Sabio problems. But I don't think he'll beat them guys. Just honestly speaking, I don't think he'll beat them guys. The only guy I can see him beating right now is T.O. I can see him beating T.O. honestly, but I don't see him being really nobody else on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Him
With
and T.O. is probably gonna be like a real good fight though. Seriously.
Gotcha. So do you believe maybe uh, the entire boxing public was making Devin into something a lot bigger than he is?
I mean, Devin was doing that. Devin and his father, they was promoting Devin well in terms of, building his fights, who he was gonna fight next to keep his name rolling, making things look like stuff that it isn't, and just saying things that's extraordinary. They was doing a great job promoting Devin, and he was fighting and he was winning. So they was doing everything they could to make him out into the fighter he is today. And shit, hats off to that too. Us as fighters nowadays, we gotta promote our own selves. So they was doing what they was supposed to do.
Definitely. I know you train at the top ranked gym as well too in Las Vegas, as does Devin at times. Have you two ever crossed paths, sparred, anything like that?
I tried to spar one camp. This was probably like when I was like 5-0. We were supposed to, but we just never got it done in Vegas.
Gotcha. Where do you think Ryan Garcia goes from here right now? His star is certainly on another level. He's going to continue getting these big fights. What do you make of Ryan Garcia's future moving forward? Did he just catch lightning in a bottle, or is he going to be giving? Is he going to be a game contender against anyone he faces?
First of all, Ryan Garcia is God's body. Jesus Christ, God. He's God's body. And like I said, when God took my addiction away, I performed extraordinary. And I use myself as an example. So Ryan Garcia is another example of basically what I'm preaching, he's living as well within his own life. And he God's body. And once you God's body, you can do anything you want to do. There's nothing on this earth that's that you cannot do. God can put you through anything on this earth and you can get through it. So he's saying he want to go through one, he's saying he want to go to 147 and he said he wanted to fight Boots. Hey, he gonna go to 147, he gonna fight Boots. Just like you said, he gonna keep putting on these great fights. In my opinion, he's the only one right now in boxing that's literally committed into putting in on great fights. You understand what I'm like? You understand what I'm saying? He's the only fighter that's consistently putting on great fights. And that's like, damn, that's gonna be a good one. I don't know who's gonna win type fights, not cherry picking fights to where, yeah, it's a good fight, but we kind of know who's gonna win, you know? So I feel like Ryan Garcia, he's the only one that's really out here doing it and shit. I'm gonna support him because it's good for boxing. It's great for boxing. And again, he's God's body, and whatever he want to do, he gonna do it, and most likely he's gonna be successful at it.
Yeah, I mean, he's putting a target on his back. He's telling him to give me all comers. That doesn't matter who it is, what weight class. You have to appreciate that kind of level of attitude and just saying, bring on everyone. And
Right.
think I think some of the other fighters perhaps could learn from that as well too, because they're a little bit cautious on who they call out around their weight class, or they don't speak about certain names in a way that they could in order to get the fans excited about what's to come next. And I think what could come next for you eventually is maybe the winner of this Vasily Lomachenko George Kambosos fight. They're obviously fighting for a 135-pound title in Australia in May. And this is maybe another last time for Loma to get that title to see if he's on that world level. What is your prediction of that fight?
Loma gonna win. I think Loma gonna win easy, especially coming off the Devin-Haney fight. I don't think Kambosos is well, we know Kambosos is not as sharp as Devin-Haney, so I just think, Loma gonna beat him fairly easy. He might stop him, might, but I think Loma gonna win. I would love to fight the winner out of those two though, for real. I would really love it. It's just like I said with Tio, it's the same thing with Loma. It's just up to if he will be willing to fight me. After he beat Kambosos, will he be willing to fight me? Do he want to fight me? It's just gonna be up to him. So shoot, I love to fight Lomachenko. I love to fight Teofimo. I love to fight Navarrete. You know what I'm saying? It's just these fighters, are they gonna fight me or not?
Mm-hmm. Now, there's some other fighters who want to fight you, and they've made that very clear. Up and coming contenders like you, Raymond Murataya is one of them. Ernesto Tito Mercado is another one. They always are mentioning you as someone that they can beat, that they feel they're better than you. What is your take and position on that? And are you looking to prove yourself with a guy like Murataya or Mercado?
Um, I wanted to prove myself against the top competition. If you're really talking like proving myself, once I beat them, Raymond Mortire or Tito, we were supposed to fight in the Olympic trials in the finals, and he pulled out because he didn't want to fight me. So Tito, he's irrelevant. But the only person I would really fight that's calling my name out is Raymond Mortire. That's the only person I would fight. Like anytime, any day, I would fight him because I can say when I fight him, I can honestly say I prove to the boxing world that okay, I'm better than Raymond Mortaya. But I just want to go for the top guns because I know I'm there. Me and Raymond, I can almost say we're on the same level in terms of development, even though he got more fights than me. But I'd rather prove myself with a Tio, with a Navarrete, with a Lomachenko, with a mega fight, a mega pay-per-view fight, and they basically thinking like I'm not gonna win. Like me versus Lomachenko, it's gonna be way more people saying Lomachenko is gonna win. over me. So I want one of those fights with my back against the wall. Not a fight where it's 50-50. Like even though that's cool, but I'd rather go for the top guns. But I'll fight Remy Moritaja though, for sure. I'll fight him. I love to fight him.
Well, Top Rank could make that happen. A lot of those names you mentioned, they're all your stablemates. Again, July 6th, you're going to be on the co-feature of your teammate, Shakur Stevenson. What is that going to be like to be the co-featured fight with your BFF, Shakur Stevenson?
Uh, Shakur, my brother. It's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be great, man. Honestly, like the moments I never take for granted. Like for real, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be my fourth time going to New Jersey, third or fourth. New Jersey is lit. I love New Jersey. Outside of Vegas, because Vegas is just a mecca of boxing. Vegas is just lit. Outside of Vegas, Newark is the best place that I like to fight. Not even gonna lie. Newark is lit. I love Newark. I love going there and shoot. Fighting under the Shakur card is always lit. Shakur always bring the fans out. Dude, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. My brother fighting with me, Kelvin Davis fighting with me, and he got a tough fight. Kelvin looking to prove himself under another big top rank card, another ESPN card, and shoot, man. July 6th, from February to July, I can't wait to fight. It's too long of a wait. I just can't wait to fight, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And again, coming off that big win against Jose Pedraza, looking to continue the momentum. Thank you for the time, Keyshawn. Best of luck to you throughout training camp, and looking forward to seeing you in more of these big time fights moving forward.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.